Welcome to our Learning to Liiingo series. I'm Charlie, and this here's Thor, and today we're going to show you more about how to manage images in your lingo. You ready? Before we dive too deep, let's cover a few of the common uses for imagery in your app. First, imagery can be used to create a visually appealing and engaging experience for your audience. This is done through the use of visuals such as illustrations, photos, or maybe even icons to create a more attractive and intuitive experience. Second, imagery can also be used to communicate information more effectively. Different colors, shapes, and symbols can be used to create an easily understood visual language that can help convey the desired message to your audience. Number 3, imagery can be used to create a unique brand identity. By using consistent and recognizable colors, shapes, logos, and other visual elements, your audience can quickly identify with your app and create an emotional connection with your brand. Lastly, imagery can also be used to create a more immersive experience. By using realistic and detailed visuals, users can be drawn into your app and feel a greater connection to the content and the experiences that it provides. So as you can see, I'm already logged in. The first image I want to talk about is this one at the top here. This is also called my banner image. Now, since this was a template I started with, this is the image that came with it. You don't have to keep that image. So to change it, I'm going to bring across, I've got my file explorer open, as you can see here. So I've got some images already downloaded to my computer that I want there. I'm going to pick the one that I want, and I'm going to drag it over. And you'll see I got the uploaded successfully message. Now, because I like to check everything on my phone, I'm going to scan my QR code. So I'm going to click this little button here. So there's my QR code, and I'm going to go ahead and scan that so I can take a look at what my app looks like on my phone. And here's what it looks like. So some things to know about the banner image that you see here. The ratio for the images is best if it's in a 2:1 format. So I use Canva for a lot of my designs, and the image I have here is 600 by 300 pixels. So that's kind of that 2:1 format. You do have the option to use the crop tool here if it's not the exact size that you want, or let's say you want to reposition it a little bit. You can click and drag or resize here to position that. I'm actually going to cancel and leave this as it is. So that's how you replace any existing images. Let's talk about how to add an image. I'm going to click on my elements icon over on the left to open up the elements panel. Then right here, you'll notice I have an image. So I'm going to click and drag this over where I want. Notice I can move it in different places. So I've got a blank image here. If I wanted to move it lower, I could drag and drop to move it lower. I'm actually going to keep this one up here. So now I'm going to go ahead and add an image I want here. Same thing, I've also got the images already on my computer, so I'm going to drag over the image I want to replace it with here. And there you go, that's how you add an image. Now, let's say I wanted to delete this image. That's pretty simple too. I've already got the image selected. On the right-hand side, you'll notice I have my image options. I could crop, replace, etc. I'm going to actually delete this one, so if I click delete, now it's gone. Super easy to just add it back if I wanted to. Image over, drag over the image you want to replace it with, and you're done. So before I let you go, I want to talk about a few other quick best practices with images. So keep in mind, whatever size you put the image in your app as, that's how it's going to look on the device. So for example, if you put an image with a 2:1 ratio, like this one here, this is 600 by 300 pixels, then you can expect it to look a little something like this in your app. Now, if you use an image with more of a 1:1 ratio, like this one, for example, is 1000 pixels by 1000 pixels, then it's going to look a little something like this in your app. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is you want to make sure you have a high enough quality image. If I use an image that's a 1:1 ratio, but it's only, let's say, 200 by 200 pixels. So this one here is 200 by 200. Then it's going to look like this in your app. Notice it's stretching your image to fit the width of the app. So where this one was already a lower resolution image, it's going to look like a lower resolution in the app as well. And there you have it. I think you guys are all image pros now. What do you think? Oh, she agrees. Hey, is that boring?